Guys, here we are on the 4th hole at People's Golf Club, and this video is on behalf of one of the members of People's Golf Club. It's a video on bunker play. So I'm going to talk about the fundamentals of bunker play and how that is essential to creating consistency, lowering your scores throughout your golf game and improving your shot game. So what I've got here is just an ordinary shot. I've got a greenside bunker shot, maybe 25 feet to 30 feet, and what I've got to do is try and get the ball over the lip and try and land it softly on a downslope. But this is quite a hard shot for the average recreational golfer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit 3 or 4 shots, and I'm going to talk about probably the most common faults related to this. So I see a lot of faults with people before they actually enter the bunker, before they actually enter the scoring zone. So what happens is they hit a shot and they say, oh, not that bunker again. And what I hear a lot of the time is, I'm a magnet to bunkers. That can be true quite a few times, but what we need to understand is it's what we're doing before impact that's making us psychologically scared going in the bunker. So what I've got here is 3 shots, and what we need to try and do is we need to try and get the ball up in there, but not trying to dig the ball under the sand to get the ball up. I've got 2 different techniques I use. It varies 2 types of bunker shots. When we play a parkland course, the sand's a little bit thicker, so I like to hit a steeper bunker shot. So I like to have my angle of attack steeper, descending more into the golf ball. When I'm playing a links course, so St Andrews, Gullen, all the types of courses, there's less sand in the bunker, so you want to take a shallow angle of attack, so we want to use the bounce more. So I'll come in close to the camera, so we need to utilise the bounce more. So what I mean by the bounce is it's the angle between the leading edge and the trailing edge. So what that does is it resists digging into the golf ball. This acts as a hydrofoil, so it stops the leading edge digging into the ground. So what we need to try and get into a habit of doing is when we set up. So when we set up for a bunker shot, it's so important that we try and incorporate a consistent technique. So what I've got here is a bunker shot of about 20 feet, and what I'm trying to do is get the bottom there. So this is what I do. So what you want to do is have quite a wide stance, so your feet should be slightly wider and shoulder width apart. And what you want to do is when you widen your stance, this lowers your centre of gravity, so that'll make you become closer to the sand, so that can hit down on the golf ball a bit more and make the point of entry into the sand a little bit earlier. And what we want to do, don't stand open, we want to stand square, so make sure our feet are parallel to target and our club face is parallel to target. From here, what we want to do is we want to lower our hands. Lowering our hands will make the club dig in a little bit earlier, so we're not trying to scoop up in there. But pay attention to my shoulders. What lowering my posture will do is I'll make my shoulders point into the ground, so my shoulders are pointing down into the ground. This will make my club be lifted up more steeply on the backswing, so almost like this. So my shoulders are pointing into the ground. That will reduce the rotation of my shoulders, so that will try and introduce a more steeper angle of attack into the golf ball, and then the steeper I come into, the higher the ball flight. So for example, ball should be in the middle of your stance, hands lower, feet square to target. We don't want to open the club face, because if we open the club face, or you can open your club face and lower your hands, that'll keep the leading edge square to the target. So got right underneath it there. And also what we need to understand is when we deliver the club into the sand, we want to deliver the club head first. You've seen it on telly when a lot of golfers, it looks like double hitting it, but what's actually happening is the club head's getting to the ball before the butt end of the club, so the club head's getting to the ball before the hands are, and that's where you create that added bounce and added loft. So try and do that. So what you can do, try and deliver a wristy approach. So as we come into the golf ball, we want quite a steep angle of attack. Use the wrists, utilise the wrists. So steep angle attack, and as we come down, we want to use this part of the club. So we're delivering the club first, the club head first, then the hands are staying back. So the butt end of the club is acting as a restriction. So that's the club head's leading first, then the hands. So what this will do is I'll add bounce, so that part, the back edge of the club will interact with the ground more predominantly. So from here, try again. Deliver the hands first, steep angle attack. As you can see there, I never took much sand. That's because I'm quite shallow into the golf ball, I'm using the bounce. So another thing we need to work on is this pivot. So what I mean by the pivot is how our body rotates back and through. So as we take the club back, we want a slight body pivot. We don't want quite a big shoulder turn. So what happens is people don't adapt their technique. So what happens is they're in the bunker, they play a 10-yard bunker shot as if they're hitting a 4-iron or a 170-yard shot. So what you need to do is try and work with the conditions. So instead of gripping up the club, I want you to grip down it a little bit. So if we grip down the club, that will reduce the lever system, reduce speed into impact, but we want to maintain that consistency. So when we grip down the club, we want to focus on this body pivot back and through. So as we take the club back and through, so we want our wrist to hinge, so get this left wrist hinging, and then the right wrist, the club should sit on the right wrist. We don't want to hinge the right wrist, because if we hinge the right wrist, then that's where the lever system will be slightly short on the club bottom out beforehand. But anyway, we want to come all the way through, we want to re-hinge. But we need to focus on this left elbow and left arm. So I feel like as we come through, the left elbow and left arm, or the left forearm and the left wrist and the elbow have a bit of give. So they feel like they give a bit of give, they don't go all the way through, they sort of stop up here. And then feel like the club head recoils back. So I'll try that again. So I'll go through everything I've talked about. So feet slightly wider on the shoulder width apart, aim towards the target, ball in the middle of the stance. What we want to do is have our weight about 70% on our left foot and 30% on our right. So from here we want to start with our hands lower, start with our hands high, then we want to lower it. So lowering it will try and get the bounce interacting with the ground a little bit easier. So from here, and what I want to do is try and turn all the way through, but I'm getting down the club because that'll be more control, and then trying to turn all the way through again. So watch this, just I'm trying to focus on his left elbow and left arm, so I feel like there's a straight line from the butt end of the club all the way to the club head, and then the club head recoils back the way. So wish it was as easy as that all the time, but there's a few things to work on with the bunker play. So we've talked about using the bounce more, so set up how it's important to try and align yourself with the target correctly, try and get a more consistent performance within your bunker play. It's probably one of the most feared bunker shots in golf. This video is on behalf of my dad as well. He struggles at the bunkers. So if you've got any thoughts on the video, let me know. So it's important to utilise the bounce more to try and get the ball in the air and trying to decrease the chance of hitting steeply on the golf ball. But that's basically everything. If you've got any thoughts on the video, subscribe to my channel at Allan Golf. It's a free subscription, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Allan Golf. Thank you.